There are real victims in the world. 25 million of them live in the place that's often called the worst place on earth. Talking about North Korea. No one but the dictator has any freedom. Thousands of people are tortured. People eat rodents to survive. Some starve anyway. In winter, people freeze to death. And nobody's allowed to leave. The contrast between victimhood in North Korea and what people call victimhood in America is mind-boggling. One person who really understands that is Yeonmi Park. When she was a teenager, she managed to escape North Korea. Now she's 21. But for 16 years, she had to do amazing things just in order to live. And that's the title of her new book, In Order to Live. So what things did you have to do in order to live?
Oh, it's really undescribable what I had to do to survive. We didn't have enough food, so I had to see dead bodies on the street.
How would you get food?
The government had stopped providing food after Soviet Union collapsed. So people had to trade in the black market, and that way they could feed themselves.
And yet people worshipped dear leader.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because they don't know anything else better. And he can read my mind, and he can make miracles.
You really believed he could read your mind?
Yes, even though after I escaped, and even though when I was in China, I still defending my dear leader from Chinese people.
Here's some TV programming from North Korea. What strikes me watching this is that you would think people really do love Kim Jong-un. The announcer's voice is so exuberant. The pictures of the people in the audience suggest that they do worship him.
They have to.
The regime would decide everything, including what you wear?
Yes, what you wear, how your hair looks like, what you listen to, what you watch.
But government officials would come to your home and say you must wear this?
Yes. If you wear jeans, you would get arrested for that.
But there was a black market and some information would come in.
Yes, from China.
And you got to see some Western movies that opened your brain?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watched the movie Titanic when I was in North Korea, and I was shocked. Like, how come this kind of ridiculous story can be existed? I never seen people dying for love, except dying for the regime and the party. So it really shocked me, and also that movie gave me some taste of freedom.
You and your mother eventually walked to China.
Crossed the frozen river, yes.
You were how old?
I was 13 years old.
In China, they sold you into slavery?
Yes, because Chinese government, if they catch us, they will send us back to North Korea. So we are very vulnerable in China. And Chinese people, they know that. And they sell these women to Chinese farmers and human traffickers. And that's what had happened to both of us, my mother and me.
And you were 13, you didn't know what sex was?
Absolutely, I had no idea. I didn't even know what kissing was.
You couldn't leave because you would be sent back to North Korea?
Yes, that was our only option we had in China.
For how many years?
2 years.
And then you escaped again. Protestant Mission ran an underground railroad.
Yes, so they were helping us to how to go to South Korea, which was walking across the Gobi Desert.
But you got to South Korea, and that was a shock?
Yeah, it was another shock. I thought, I didn't really escape for freedom. I thought freedom meant to wearing jeans or watching movies without worrying about getting arrested or executed. But freedom meant in South Korea was you gotta think for yourself. And they were starting asking me, what do you think about this? What do you want to do with your life? What do you like? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? And I was so upset, like, tell me what to do. Tell me what to wear.
You started to read books.
Yeah, because when I was arrived in South Korea, everybody told me I was a loser because I'm from communism country. I don't have any knowledge for the Western culture. And the book only something told me you can do it. And one day I picked up a book called Animal Farm. and that changed my life. In that book, I saw myself, I saw my grandmother, I saw my mother, and I could understand what really had happened to me and what really had happened to North Korea.
Once you were in America, this movie came out called The Interview, and it's a really stupid movie. I don't even find the jokes very funny. Here's a sample scene.
Nice tank! Is that real?
It was a gift to my grandfather from Stalin.
So you went to see this movie.
I went the very first day, I think it was Christmas Eve, and I was amazed this freedom. I can watch a movie that making fun of Kim Jong-un. Yeah, really think about it. Yeah. If I was in North Korea, I'd be executed for like 1,000 million times already. But I'm in New York, so I'm safe.
You've watched the rest of tonight's show, and you've seen people talking about they're a victim, they don't get paid enough. Do you think you're a victim?
No, I'm not. I'm...
But you went through horrible things.
Thank you. Thank you. I think...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there are two things that I'm really grateful for to the world. The first thing was that I was born in North Korea, and I escaped. And I've never traded my experience to a normal life. I think I would go through the same journey and to be free like today.
Starving in North Korea and being sold into sex slavery, you would do it again?
Yeah, I would do that again to be free.